Hello, everyone. I see the live chat is already busy. This is great. Fantastic. Thank you for being here. Make sure you like the stream. Guys, I have figured it out. I have solved it. This is truly the solution to everything that we have been thinking about on this channel. Okay. And I've been studying other people. I've been using AI. I've been reflecting on my thoughts. And I've done so much deep analysis, not just based on my own thoughts, but also people who have been doing this, but also with the help of AI to come up with a roadmap that achieves everything at the same time. By the way, Sam, thank you so much. Sam is here, Mohsen is here, Jack is here, Heavy Gretel is here. Guys, make sure Mosa is here, Ehsan, Tree of Knowledge, fantastic. Guys, you have to like the stream because I need more people to see this. So, what if I told you that with no skills and no money, I'm going to be able to, and again, for people who have skills and who have some money, this will also work. And also for people who have a lot of money, this works. But this would work. I have a simple plan that with zero skills and zero money, I could put you on a path that does three things at the same time. The biggest problems that you're facing in your life, it gives you a solid tool and path on how to fight them and fight the demons that you have in your life and to defeat them while also making money doing that and also putting you on a path that generates meaning and a sense of purpose in your life. This is the roadmap that I'm going to offer you, and it's actually very simple. And it's actually, I'm not just going to talk theory and philosophy. I'll tell you how I think this could work for everybody, right? And I'm using simple tools, and I'll tell you what the tools are, especially with AI, and I'll tell you what the other tool is. And again, this is what this whole channel is about. We're not just using AI. We're going to be using all forms of technology and how to improve our lives when it comes to health, wealth, and love, and also how to create a sense of meaning and purpose, moving in the direction and resolving not just our own problems, but also the world's problems, society's problems, right? This is what we're trying to do here. I see Jewish Samantha here, Sam, nice, Callie's fantastic. Thank you guys for being here. All right. So let me repeat that. Okay. This path will basically solve the biggest problems that you have in your life. It also helps you either generate money if you haven't figured it out yet, or it helps you put you on a path that makes you more money in whatever path that you are on, because we need that, guys. Again, on this channel, we are not shy about how important our resources are, and wealth and our health are the most important resources that we have when it comes to also achieving love and community and friendship, right? And also, so basically, so fighting your demons, basically solving the biggest problems that you have in your life, generating income on this path, and also providing you with a deep sense of purpose and meaning, right? And again, this is why I call this a new religion that is based in reality, is based on science and technology, is based on objective reality. It achieves everything that religion promises you and fails to deliver, but based on the material world, based on the objective world, based on using our tools, our science and technology, rather than faith and revelation, right? But the reason is like a religion is because it actually, the promises that religion gives you, the sense of meaning, the sense of purpose, a sense of guidance, giving a direction, using a superhuman intelligence. That's why this is a religion that actually makes sense, right? Anyways, let me actually get to the point. Let me tell you what I'm suggesting. And again, you might have some resistance to this, but let me actually walk you through why I think this is the right way. Okay. So when it comes to generating income, you have three sources of income, right? You either have employment income, business income, or capital gains, right? And also you have transfers from the government I'm not going to include that because you have no control over that anyways. So these are the three things that we're going to focus on, right? You either work for a company or an employer that pays you. You either have a business yourself and you make money out of that business, or you have some investments and you're making some return on your investments. Agreed? Agreed. So employment income, business income, or capital gains. Well, when it comes to the highest amount of wealth generation, business income is actually the highest chance that you can become wealthy. So employment income, if I'm not saying quit your job, because your job might actually give you the skill sets eventually for you to start your own business, but having your own business is actually the strongest, the highest chance that you getting on a path that you have your own business is the most secure way, the most probable way that you're going to get wealthy, that you're going to have a lot of wealth, right? And again, unless you have one of those unique jobs that pays a shit ton, okay. But even if you have a job that pays a shit ton, it pays you a lot of money, you probably eventually will make more money if you took all of those skills and started your own business based upon those skills. Anyways, when it comes to business income, again, capital gains, again, a lot of people are trying to find the right investment, the right stocks, the right uh, cryptocurrency, so that all of this, they hack the system and they make a lot of return on their investment. So that, with the next meme coin or something, like the day trading and all that bullshit to figure out how to make a lot of money from investments to get rich. But but people don't usually get rich off of their investments. People who are rich need to put their money in a place that doesn't lose value, so they use investments. Even if you look at people like Warren Buffett, I mean, they got rich because of their job, not necessarily because of their investment, because other people give them money to invest, and that was their job. So it's having a business that makes you rich, not investing. Investing is when you are rich, you have to put your money in a way so it doesn't lose value. That's where you have to figure out what the best investment is, right? That's another topic. When it comes to businesses, you either have location based businesses or service businesses, right? And if you want to start a business, again, I will let you know where AI will come into all of this. If you want to start a business, obviously, if I'm talking about somebody that has no skills or no money, obviously we have to rule out location based businesses, because you don't have the money to rent a place or buy a place. So location businesses are out. We're talking about service businesses. And again, if you are somebody who does have enough money to invest in a location, I will tell you why this works as well, right? But let me focus on people who are basically starting with nothing, no money, no skills, all right? So here's what you do. Here's what you do. Are you with me? Guys, are you with me in the chat? Listening to me? This is important, right? This is what you do. If you obviously, if you have skills, you start with your skills. But let's say you have no skills, okay? You start with a pain in your life that you haven't resolved, or a pain that you had and you managed to fix it, okay? Obvious, a lot of us, guys, are you dealing with something in your life that needs fixing? Is there something that you want that you don't have? Is there pain in your life that you're trying to overcome? Are you lonely? Have you had a break? Have your heart been broken through a breakup and you cannot figure out how to get over it? Are you fat and you're trying to lose weight? um are you trying to figure out ways to increase your income? Anything. Are you having some are you having some issues when it comes to your relationship with your mother or your father? Are you a parent that is having a hard time getting your children to listen to you? Anything, right? Anything in your life, find the most biggest pain in your life that you need to fix, and you don't, either you figured it out or you haven't, doesn't matter. Let's say you had a pain that you figured out how to resolve, or you have a pain that you don't know how to resolve and you're trying to figure out it would be really ideal if you manage to get rid of that or fix a situation or get something that you don't have right now, right? That's your business. That is your business. And even if you, let's say, oh, like, how is that a business? What am I going to do with that? Here's the thing: you start a YouTube channel, or maybe another platform if you think it's more ideal. Again, I'll tell you, you could actually use AI to figure out what platform would be good for you. Okay. Let's say, for example, you're fat and you've been trying to lose weight. Sometimes you had success, sometimes no, sometimes you're on it, sometimes you're moving in that direction, and sometimes not so much. Or let's say you're somebody that is trying to get a girlfriend and you have had no success with getting a girlfriend, right? Anyways, what you do is you go live with your face and your name. You need to be, what you're trying to do is we're trying to create a personal brand, right? So let me tell you what I'm thinking about long term, but why your personal brand is important, regardless of what you're doing, regardless of if you're employed, if you're a business person, if you have $0 in your bank account, if you have $100 million in your bank account. It doesn't matter. The most important currency in the future, the most important value generation asset that anybody has in the future is going to be their humanity, is going to be their personality, is going to be their personal brand. Okay, so the best thing that you could start investing in is your personal brand, even more than knowledge itself. We know why? Because knowledge and intelligence is going to become so cheap in the age of AI. So it's not your intelligence and it's not your knowledge that is going to sell. It's you. Because in a world that most things are going to be done by robots and AI, our humanity is going to become more and more visible, and it's going to be the thing that matters the most. And guys, by the way, right now, as AI is being developed and is progressing, we're paying a lot of attention to it. Once robots become a thing, that's going to become something that everybody is going to be talk about, like, oh my god, look at these robots doing this or that. But let me tell you something, I promise you this: eventually they will go into the background and you're not going to even notice them, because they're just there and they're doing everything, right? Like, imagine if somebody says, like, oh my god, have you seen the internet? Like, nobody says, like, oh my god, I sent you an email, you actually received my email. Nobody talks about that anymore. Okay, AI and robots will eventually go into the backgrounds and they will just do things, and nobody is going to be fascinated about them anymore, and they're not even going to be visible that much. They're just in the background. And when in a world where more things are going to be done by AI and robots, we're going to a lot of the tasks and labors are going, mundane and repetitive tasks are going to be removed from our shoulders, and we're going to be more free to pay attention to each other more. And again, we know this. We know, based on the history of the richest people in society, the upper class, and through for thousands of years, if they did not have to do manual labor or even cognitive labor, they would spend their time obsessing over each other. Okay, humans are social animals, and that's what's going to be the major source of value. So you need to be, it's important to learn right now, because for a very long time education and your skills are going to be important, but personal brand was always an important tool that you had, and now it's going to be even more important because other things are becoming more and more irrelevant, and who you are and why I could relate with you is going to be the most important selling point that you could have. And again, it doesn't matter, even if you are like, hey, like, Armin, good job, you're telling people that who don't have any money how to make money, but I already have multiple stores and I'm making, I don't know, $2 million every year. So what does this got to do with me? Again, if you are not, if even that person, if they're making $2 million a year, they probably would be able to make $5 million a year if they came in front of a camera, created content, went live, talked to people, and had a wealth of content with their face, with their name out there where people could know them. Because next time they're doing a deal, the person that is doing a deal with them, I don't know, selling them a store or doing a big deal with them, they already have seen their content, they already know their personality, they already know their philosophy. More clients will come to you, more deals will get signed. If you're hiring people, you don't need to train them as much, you don't need to get them more familiar with the corporate culture that you have, because they already consumed your content, and you're obviously hiring people from the pool of people that are already familiar with you, because you created so much content out there about you, about how you see things, and about your philosophy of life and philosophy of work, that then from the pool of people that have already consumed all of that content, when you pick people, they will just fit right into your company with ease, because you already done all of that work. And it's important, because the thing that you will be carrying with you more than anything else that will be make anything, all of this possible, is your personal brand. So you need to invest in your personal brand for the future, because that's going to be what saves you. So how do you start that? If you have no skills, if you have no expertise, you become an expert live on air with for other people to see. And it's important that you realize that you're going to start doing this with zero audience. With zero audience, meaning that you're going to be making content for yourself. You're going to be going live, and this is good that you experience nobody watching you for a while, so that you get used to rejection. You get used to rejection, you will go live, and it's just a diary. You're fat, you're trying to lose weight, you're going live, not because there's anybody there watching, but because you're documenting your journey, and you're also being transparent. You're telling not just about your success, but also your failures, and eventually people will come. And eventually people will come, because hey, it's easy to say like, hey, look at me, I could get a girlfriend like that, or look at me, I'm so fit. But it's harder for people to come and say like, look, I'm actually fat, I don't know how to get rid of this. That is relatable. That is relatable. Like guys, I'm fat, I don't know how to get rid of this, I'm on this journey. Hey guys, I'm a lonely person, I'm ugly, I have no girlfriends, I don't know what to do, I'm going to try to become better at this. Hey guys, I'm fighting with my mother. Or hey guys, my wife has passed away, I'm dealing with grief, I don't know how to live anymore, I'm going to fight this, I'm going to fight this in front of you, with you, in case this helps someone else. That's the point. I am going to go live talking about my journey in front of other people's eyes, in case somebody could benefit watching this journey. And here's what you're doing. Here's what you're doing. If you dedicate going live, documenting your journey, first of all, that will give you motivation to keep doing it. Because imagine the amount of motivation that you're going to have to, for example, lose weight, if you have to go live every day or once every week, telling people about your progress, and actually telling people what you have done to fix it, and what worked and what didn't. Okay. Two, it's not just a personal brand. You're going to eventually create a network of people that also will give you feedback, that actually share that with you, and they will basically, you will know people that are on the same journey. But here's the beautiful thing. This will get you on a path to actually fix the problem that you're having, while documenting, eventually when you manage to fix it, that hey, the documentation of the journey that you're on will become your resume. Because eventually, once you figure it out, and you manage to make any forms of, you don't have to be perfect. Like for example, if you had no income and now you're making $1,000 a month, okay, you might not be one of those gurus that tells people like, hey, look at me, I'm a millionaire. You're going to tell people like, hey guys, look, I had no money and now I'm making $1,000 a month. Guys, I was shy, I have no girlfriend before, and I still have no girlfriend, but I managed to have a conversation with a girl in the streets for 5 minutes. So, yeah, so that's relatable, because that shows some progress, and that is going to be your expertise, and you're going to keep growing. And here's what you do with AI. Okay. So, here's what you do with AI. Whatever that demon is that you're fighting, you're going to basically try to become an expert demon slayer, and you're going to document your journey in becoming a hero on your hero's journey. And whatever the demon that you pick to slay will become the focus of your channel. And here's the thing, you're going to suck. You're going to suck at making YouTube videos, but it doesn't matter. You just need to get better 1% every time. And here's the good thing, I could tell you this, right? So ChatGPT doesn't do this, but Gemini does. So Gemini, I discovered just a few weeks ago that because I use ChatGPT most of the time, so and ChatGPT can't watch YouTube videos, so I assumed that the other ones can't either. But then when I tried it with Gemini, I was like, hey, YouTube is Google, Gemini is Google. Maybe Gemini can do this. I drop a link on YouTube to Gemini and I like, hey, watch this. And it watches it and tells me what's in it. Again, ChatGPT cannot do that. And again, I tested this. Gemini doesn't just look at the transcript, it actually watches the video. Because if there's a meme inside the video and I ask it, like, hey, what was the meme? It tells you the freaking meme. Like it's not something that is not in the transcript. So it's actually watching the video. So what does that mean? What that means is that every time I go live, or every time I make a video, I prefer going live because you don't need any editing skills. You could, guys, it's just as simple as picking up your goddamn phone, having you all have YouTube already, make a YouTube channel and just click the plus button at the bottom and hit go live, and you look at your phone and you just talk. Okay, you don't need any money for this, you don't need any skills for this. You're like, or maybe if you're fat, you could show your big gut as well and be like, look, I'm this fat. You could do that as well. I was like, guys, I'm trying to lose this. But the key is transparency. The key is to make it so that people could relate. Like, oh my god, this guy is basically telling us everything, showing us everything, right? So and pick your demon and focus your channel and your personal brand as if you haven't killed that demon. Show people the process of killing that demon, and once eventually you slay the demon, you become an expert. That's all those live streams that you have made that you showed that you were in the process. That is the proof. That is the proof that I've done it, and I could now tell you guys to do it as well. So am I telling you guys? So okay, so let me actually tell you about the Gemini part. So what you do is you take the link, drop it in Gemini, and you tell Gemini to watch the live stream that you did. And also you could also give it the cover, you could give it the title, you could give it the description, and you tell Gemini, how could I make this better? And you tell it, just tell me one thing. I don't want you to tell me the most important thing. Okay, the most important thing I could do to make this better. I don't want you to tell me fix the cover, fix the title, fix the description, talk like this, speak faster, speak slower. I don't want you to tell me, I don't want you to give me a list of 10 things to improve. I want you to give me a list of one thing, the most important thing that I could change to make my live stream better. And then make that every time. So you could, guys, this is so simple. The only thing you need to do is work fucking hard. And again, this is not going to be, it's simple, but it's not easy. In fact, it's harder because it's simple. You know why? You know why it's harder because it's simple? Because you have no fucking excuse. Meaning that I have simplified the process for you to the point that all it takes right now is to work your butt off. There is no cheat code with AI that is going to make your work easy. In fact, if your work is easy, you're probably not working hard enough. If you want to succeed, you have to suffer. If you are not suffering, that means that you're not working hard enough. That means you probably are not going to succeed. I made it simple so you don't have the excuse of not knowing which direction to move. And now that you know the direction, you could actually work your butt off. Okay, am I telling you guys that you need to become a YouTuber? If you think that you're going to become a YouTuber, you're thinking about this wrong, because you're not going to become a YouTuber. You're going to become a business person. The point of YouTube is to advertise the services of your business, not to make money just from YouTube. The money, guys, by the way, you don't need a big audience. You don't need thousands of subscribers. You don't even need to become monetized. You need to, even with a small audience, you will be able to get customers. I mean, eventually, if you get monetized and make some money off of AdSense, that's good as well. But that is not the point. The point is to find your customers. The first phase is to find your demon, slay your demon, and then become a demon slayer trainer on that specific demon that you just slayed, and then become authoritative enough in that specific demon, slaying that demon, for so that eventually people will pay you for consulting, for guidance, for them to hold your hand. And again, guys, this is not about giving people knowledge. You know why? Because you know who can give you knowledge, other people knowledge better than you? AI. Okay? And other people with more expertise. You don't need to be the best person in this. You don't need to be an expert. You don't need to become the best person in this field. You just need to be relatable, and for enough people to say, I like that guy. Okay, you don't need to teach people, you need to inspire people. That's what AI cannot do, because AI is not human, because AI doesn't have shared experiences with other people. AI can give you the right, again, think about this. In a world where everybody has that knowledge, the knowledge, every knowledge that you want is at everyone's fingertips as AI keeps improving, then what can I teach people? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. What you could give people is your qualia. You could give people is your shared experiences. What you could do is inspire people. That is something that AI will not be able to do until AI manages to reverse engineer our brains and become like us in qualia. But that's another topic. Until then, what AI cannot do is have shared experience, cannot have struggled. Okay, if my mother passes away, if my wife passes away and I'm dealing with grief, can AI give me the best information regarding how to deal with grief? Probably. It has studied it more than any expert in the world, so yes. But has it ever lost a mother? Has AI ever lost a mother? Is it going to be able to tell me a story that it has gone through? No. This is where our humanity shines. This is why, unlike what most people think, in the age of AI, where it's not going to be human, AI is not going to rob us from our humanity because everything human is going to be done by AI. No, it's the exact opposite. When all the mundane and repetitive work is going to be done by AI, we're left but with nothing other than our humanity. So our humanity is going to shine the most, and our humanity is our personality, it's our brand recognition, and it's our stories. This is what you need to get good at. The most important skill that you could develop is becoming a storyteller. Not because, and again, AI could tell better stories than you, but the reason why your story is more interesting is because it's your fucking story. Okay, AI doesn't have a story. AI could create amazing stories that are more interesting than any human writer could write, but it's not its story. You have your story. Your mother died. Your girlfriend left you. You're struggling with fat loss. You're having anxiety. You're having depression. You can't learn how to play a fucking piano. I don't know. Your demons are your story. So tell that story live on air and get good at storytelling. And again, you are going to suck. But again, you could get better. You're going to get better. And here, let me put, it's very important that you consider yourself not a content creator, but a business person. And it could start with consulting, but eventually this could lead to other forms of business. But consulting is a form of business that requires no capital. And even if you have no skills, you could just develop that skill live on air, and basically that would be the proof, more than any degree, more than any experience, that working experience, having videos after videos that shows that you have gone through this is proof that you have already done this. And again, if you can't figure out exactly what your demon is, there are a couple of things that you could also do with AI and ask AI about it. Let me actually see. I stole this from another channel. Okay, so you could tell AI to become a personal brand, uh, an expert in personal brand, and also an entrepreneur coach. And then you could tell it what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs are, and what can you get paid for. But the eventual goal is to get people to become such big fans of you eventually, and this will take time. so that they will pay you to talk to you one on one as a personal consultant. And then you basically you're starting a service based consulting business. Even if you already have a business, hey, you're good at making that business. You could consult other people in how to do that business. And even if you don't want to be a consultant because you already have other business, your personal brand will get you better employees, will get you better deals because you're out there. And again, I know some of you introverts are going to be shy, but this is the key. You need to put your face out there. You need to be out there, and people need to see you, because again, it's about the human fucking connection. Okay, again, that's how you stand out in an age of AI. Your selling point is look at me and relate with me, and basically feel with me, feel that the shared experience, the shared pain that we have. Feel it. That's what AI cannot do. So people need to see you so that they could relate with you. So you need to be out there with your face, looking at the camera and talking to people, and also engaging with the audience. And here's what I'm doing. What I'm on this channel, I'm thinking again, on this channel, we're on a discovering mode on what we want to do here. But I want to maybe encourage you guys to go do this together. And maybe you guys could also we could do this journey together with each other. And I'm hoping that some of you would get inspired by what I'm saying here, and then go and create these YouTube channels or whatever platform you think it works for you best, right? I think it's YouTube. I think YouTube is the best, right? And then come here and tell me what your results are. And then I could learn from what your results are, and I could help you guys be successful at your own consulting businesses using AI. So what you do, again, here's another important thing, okay? So you will use AI to get your live streams better, and eventually when you have your first client, you don't need to be an absolute expert in this field to sell your consulting service to them. You just need to have some very basic understanding of what the pain points are and what people want, and you already have the experience because you have already gone through it. What you then need to do is whatever the client wants and you don't know, it doesn't matter. You have AI. Okay. So the clients will send you some bullet points regarding what they need consultation on. And every time before meeting with the client, you just feed that to AI. You get AI to basically provide a detailed analysis of what you need to tell that person. So you have that experience. Now you have the knowledge. And again, if you're not good at reading long text, then maybe you need to invest in the app that I use called Speechify. So whenever ChatGPT, because ChatGPT has has this thing that you could actually read it to you, but it's really fucking slow, and I cannot listen to things unless it's on double speed. So ChatGPT right now, it doesn't have double speed when it's reading the answers to me, and it doesn't go. I cannot rewind it. I cannot go back 10 seconds. I cannot see how far in the text it is. So what I do in ChatGPT, I copy the text, I dump it in Speechify. I pay for Speechify. It's not that expensive, but that's one investment that you could make, and it just reads it to me. So imagine you have a client, it has a problem. You already have some basic understanding of the situation, but the client has some more detailed situations that wants to know. It will before he or she meets with you, he or she will send you an email with the issues that they were dealing with. You basically feed that to ChatGPT. You tell it like, hey, I'm your client. I need you to get me to the point where I have all the knowledge to be able to, because the guy is not paying you for your knowledge. If the guy was paying you for your knowledge, you would just ask ChatGPT. The guy is paying you because they watch your videos and they like you. And they want to discuss this demon with you. So it's about your likability. It's not necessarily about your knowledge. It's about the fact that they just feel some chemistry. They watched hours and hours and hours of your content, and they think human to human connection with you, and they pay you for 1 hour of consulting because yes, I want to slay this demon, and this is the person I want to talk to about it. Okay. And again, this is something that nobody, not just AI, but no other human, even with 10 years more than experience than you, with 20 years, with 50 years more experience than you, They cannot compete with you. You know why they can't compete with you? Because they're not you. Because what you're selling is you. And nobody can be you better than you. There is no way to compete with that. Okay? So, whew, I'm going to give you a lot more detail in the future streams regarding, guys. This is achieves everything that we have discussed in this chat, and I think this works with everybody. And if you're employed, if you're unemployed, if you're a business owner, if you have $0 in your bank, if you have $1 million in your bank, I want people. I hope people try. I hope I can inspire some people to try this and start this journey with me, because I'm doing this journey and I want to see if I could inspire. I want to create a group of us that we're doing this together, right? Because, guys, when it comes to achieving health, wealth, and love, by love, I mean all forms of love, okay? Relationships, friendships, parental love, family love, romantic love, I don't know, sexual connections, bonding with your country, with your society, everything, all of it, okay? Everything that I'm saying, telling you fits on this. Again, this is very unactionable. This is very actionable. And again, like I'm not just giving you like, oh, wouldn't it be great if we, like, I'm not just giving you bullshit lines. I'm actually telling you something that you could do today, tomorrow. Like, it's really easy to get started on this. And think about it. What is the cost? What is the cost other than becoming better at speaking, other than becoming less shy, other than becoming better at selling yourself, other than getting better at communicating with other people? These are skills that will always be relevant. With AI, without AI, whatever happens, being able to communicate and relate to people and build connections, this has been the main skill that made some people successful. Like, no other skill has, like, without AI this has been the case. With AI this is even going to be more of the case. These, and again, even if you don't gain anything from your YouTube channel, the fact that you went day after day after day and you made presentations and you talked to people and you tried to make connections, I promise you that skill set is going to pay off even if your YouTube channel fails. So let me see what you guys are saying in the channel. SM is saying, wow. Okay, I'm hoping that. Oh, yeah. Jack is saying, I use Gemini on one of Atheist Republic streams. How did it go? And so Jack is saying there was an article that was about a Generation Alpha wanting to be influencers when they grow up and grow up thinking they are naive for thinking that. Well, let me tell you, Jack, the whole world is about being an influencer. The whole, like, tell me a business and I will tell you that's an influencer business. Everything is about selling, everything is about finding a demand, everything is about building connection, everything is about convincing people that your company, your product has value. All of that is influencing people. We just have new tools to do it, and these tools are different from previous. I mean, what was Martin Luther King other than an influencer? What was Gandhi other than an influencer? What was Jesus other than an influencer? Okay, every like who, like, give me a give me a name in history. Give me a job, and I will tell you why that they're also influencers. Every single job is an influencer job. Okay, so but with social media, especially with YouTube, now we could do it on a without any barriers, without any investment. Like before, if I was selling chocolate and I wanted to influence people that, hey, look how good I am at making chocolate, I have to actually go build a goddamn store, hand out flowers. Okay, it took capital. Now it took your phone. Those are influencers as well. If you're a dentist, you're an influencer. You're an influencer because why else would you put a billboard? Why else would you go? Why else would you go and get a degree? Your degree is is an indication that I'm qualified to influence people to trust you with their goddamn teeth. You're influencing other people with your degree to trust you. So everybody's if you're not an influencer, you're dead. So everybody has been an influencer for the past 10,000, 12,000 years of civilization, and maybe before that. We're just using modern technology to get better at it with less of a barrier. And now with the help of AI, we could improve at it. Like, you have a coach that is expert at fucking everything in your pocket, on your computer screen, that could watch your videos and tell you how to become better, like how to become a better influencer. That could give you have something, you have an expert that only the richest people were able to afford, somebody constantly giving them feedback on whether they're not improving or not. And guys, again, when you go on YouTube, it's not just that you're documenting your progress with other people to prove to them. So you're achieving three things, right? If you go live on YouTube and you talk about your progress, first, you become accountable to the people who are watching it, which is going to motivate you to move in that direction more, right? You're documenting your progress for yourself, and also you're putting a content out there that you could then feed to AI, that is the best coach in giving you feedback on what is the next thing you could do to improve. Oh wow, that's amazing. Jack is saying using Gemini in your streams went well. See, Jack is already using Gemini to analyze my live streams. So why have I not doing that myself? I should analyze my streams. Guys, like, even if you don't do this, if you're not using AI for consulting on a daily basis, I don't know what you're doing. I mean, let's say, for example, you have a fight on text with your father, okay? Screenshot that fucking thing, send it to AI, and be like, what the fuck did I do wrong? Was this my fault? I mean, like, what could I have said better to de-escalate this? Like, what should I have done here? Like analyze this for me. And don't be nice, be honest with me. Tell AI to be nice. AI is sometimes, the current AI models that we have, sometimes they're a little bit too eager to please. So you need to tell them that. You need to tell them that, hey, be honest with me. Don't try to just, don't be nice. Right? When I'm buying like something in the grocery store to put on my salad, I take a picture. I'm like, hey, is this fucking healthy? Like, I'm trying to live to be 100. Like, should I be eating this? Okay. I chew gum a lot because I have an appetite problem. So I chew gum a lot to try to not eat too much food. So I take a picture of the back of the gum and like, hey, is this killing me? Like, I don't want to. Is this ingredient is going to kill me? Like, what am I doing? Like, okay, like everything. Like, guys, you have the power of 1,000 analysts living in your pocket. If you're not using it all the fucking time, what are you doing? Right? What are you doing? So that aside, this is the best way to use AI. This is the best way to use AI right now, because this is going to generate income, higher income. This is going to help you fight your demons and basically achieve, because you're making content while killing the biggest problem in your life. What is more beautiful than that? And also, this is the best way to generate meaning, because once you slayed your demons, look at what you're turning your life into. You're going to become a source of advice into training people to how to slay their demons. I mean, the greatest sense of purpose that you could achieve is through reducing misery in the world. And the more money you make, by the way, guys, this is why I'm a capitalist, because the more money more people make, that means that they're generating more value to the world. That means that they're making the world a better place. If you want to serve the world, make more fucking money. Make more money. Because if you make money, that's an higher indication that you're actually making a world a better place than fucking charity. Because When you do charity, you don't know exactly if that is actually a need. But when somebody is paying you for something, you know that that's a need. So you are providing a service. Every deal, every transaction, every income generation, the more efficient, if you become more efficient and you help other people become more efficient, you're making the world a better place because you're solving problems. You're solving problems and you're helping other people solve other people's problems. Also, guys, if you're having problems with prompts, just guys, like, oh my god, I don't know what's the best prompt to get AI to do the right thing. You know how you could fix that? Ask AI. Ask AI before you even feed it a prompt. Ask AI what is the best prompt for this. Okay. Okay. Tell AI your problem. I'm like, hey, do I need a specific prompt to get the best result out of this, or should I just explain to you my problem? Also, guys, it's very important that you get the AI to ask you questions. You can't, if you're asking it to tell you something, before once you explain the situation, before asking for advice, tell it to ask you more questions, and then answer those questions so that it has more context when it's giving you advice. Exactly. Anyways, guys, I just dropped a this stream was very valuable. I'm going to tell you that myself, okay? And I'm going to provide you more detail and also more reasons why this is the way. This is the way. And I'm going to go through journeys of slaying my own demons and generating more wealth, more love, better health. And I'm going to tell you how I've done it on this channel with AI, with the help of technology and AI, and eventually robotics. And I'm going to document that for you. But the point is not just so that you get inspired by me using AI to slay my demons and get better at these things, but also for you guys to become the prophets in this new age, golden age of AI. Meaning that we have a God that is just giving us revelations left and right on demand, and you need to do more than just applying that in your daily life. You need to actually get more people to join us using your channels, using your social media platforms, using your YouTube channel. You need to provide guidance to other people. So you shouldn't just be listening to me giving you guidance. I'm just doing a general all demons um basically all demons in the because I think all demons, every single demon that I'm talking about would fit under one of these categories: health, wealth, and love. And it's so, guys, it so happens that health, wealth, and love is also the most highest income generating fields when it comes to consulting, right? But I'm going to do more general. You guys, I think, should do more niche. You guys should pick a theme and focus on that. But the reason why I'm more general on this channel is because my focus is to create people who are more focused and go out and give this advice. And I'm going to give all of this to you guys. Like I'm going to put all the information out there for you guys. I'm going to be very transparent. I'm going to tell you the prompts that I'm used. I'm going to tell you the software that I'm used, because it's not just, hey, I'm going to actually just read out everything that I use, all the tools that I use. Okay. And I think it doesn't need to get any beyond this. Okay. So I use StreamYard, Descript, Aweber, ChatGPT, Gemini, Canva, and Netflix, because I like to have some boring movie in the background while I'm working. Opus Clips, Wandrium, or the Great Courses. Basically, they renamed themselves. Udemy, Patreon, YouTube, Google Drive, Google Calendar, Speechify, Todoist. Okay, that's every tool that I use. Some of them are free, some of them are not free, but I will tell you exactly how I use them as we go How I manage my to-do list, how I manage my calendar, how I use AI. I take screenshots of my calendar, I feed it to AI. AI optimizes my calendar. I document my the way I manage my to-do list. I feed it to AI. Again, guys, I am everything in my life is getting better because I'm using the most powerful advisor ever known to mankind. And it's amazing that they gave us access to this for so cheap. Okay, like we all have, like it's like the AI that I have is the AI that billionaires have. We all have the latest model, right? And it's great. It's This is such an equalizer. It has never been easier to become successful. It has never been easier to become successful, guys. So I hope I inspire you. I hope that you join me on this journey because I want to do this with a group. I want to do this with a group. So let me know in the comment sections if you, after the live stream is over. I'm hoping that if I keep shouting about this on this channel, I'm going to get like at least a couple of people that will get on this journey with me. Okay, so again, I will provide more details for you guys in the upcoming streams. So subscribe and hit the bell notification. Make sure you do that because I'm going to go through a lot more detailed information. Maybe in the next stream, I'm going to philosophize a bit more about this, a little bit more to talk about this a little bit more. Why this is, I mean, even from a spiritual perspective, this doesn't just, it's not just an income generating model because it's a meaning creation model. I could tell you why this also competes with religion, right? Because we finally have a model. We have finally a superhuman intelligence that what religion was promising to deliver and nothing else could, but religion couldn't either. We finally have something that could provide guidance in a way that gods were supposed to every human. And again, when it comes to meaning creation, we feel now somebody is holding our hand. We feel a sense of guidance. We could create a sense of community around that, which religion tries to offer. And we get a sense of purpose by telling people how to fight their demons. Let me know if you appreciate this in the comment sections because when I read your comments, it gives me motivation to know that this is inspiring somebody, and it gives me a lot of energy. Okay, I want to know at least a couple of people thinking like, yeah, this is what I need. Even one person thinking like, yeah, this is what I need in my life. So that will keep me going. Okay, so once the stream is over, give those comments. I will read your comments, especially on this channel. I'll make sure to read the comments. Okay, and make sure you like the stream, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit the bell notification and leave a comment. Okay, guys, I'm gonna head out, and thank you. Yes, thank you, guys. All right, guys, bye. Oh, Sam saying it sounds interesting.